Hey, what's happening, guys? Welcome to another episode of the MetaComix podcast. I'm your host, Mike, and I am joined by my awesome co-hosts, Avengers, Assemble.
I'm Alec. Green Lantern's lights.
I'm Steven, Spider Sense Tinkling.
Holy mackerel, Batman! I'm Josh.
Alrighty.
We are the East Coast Avengers.
Yeah,
That was bearable.
better than the Great Lakes Avengers, okay?
What a way to cheese it, Mike.
Was that Colby or Pepper Jack?
That was American.
Nah, I guess I was because I had an awful taste.
All right, so we are going to kick off this week's episode talking about a little bit of news. And when I say little bit, I mean very little news, because there wasn't a whole lot happening this week until today when they had a couple big stories break out. But we're only going to talk about one of those, and then we're also going to jump into talking about the Supergirl pilot that leaked. Before I do that, though, Alec, did you watch the leaked episode?
I watched half of it.
Okay. We'll leave it at that and come back. All right. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is some news that broke about Daredevil, where there's a story going around about the possibility of some audition videos leaking for Elektra for Season 2 of Daredevil. So what do you guys think about the idea of Elektra being in Season 2? I'll start with you, Josh. What do you think?
It's about damn time.
Yes.
She should have. They talked about her in the first one. They're like, oh yeah, this girl. They don't even name her. They're like, oh yeah, that one girl. You know, that I dated.
That Greek.
Yeah,
the
that,
Greek
like,
girl.
accent.
You know, the one that nobody will get that reference to. Yeah,
Except for
I dated
us.
her.
Right. Yeah, they totally Easter egged her, so I mean it makes sense for them to have it in there. Now, I didn't see any of these videos that they're talking about that leaked, but I did see a little bit of a transcript, and it sounded freaking awesome. So the transcript goes, it's Elektra and a thug in a room together, and she, of course, beats the crap out of him, more or less, and then she starts questioning him. Yeah, I know, right? Elektra beat the crap out of somebody? I was totally shocked, man. She asks him a bunch of questions. You know, she's kind of interrogating him, kind of like what we saw with Daredevil in Season 1, that one real brutal torture scene kind of deal.
Oh my gosh.
And the dialogue was absolutely excellent, and the way it was written, you could totally see the scene playing out. So I was kind of excited by that. I kind of hope it's true. I mean, I'm not 100% sold that it's that's the real deal, but with them kind of dropping Easter eggs all over the place, it kind of just makes sense. If you're going to develop Daredevil further in Season 2, you're going to have Elektra, because she just adds so much to it. I mean, so many of his best storylines have her in it. So, I don't know. It makes sense to me. What's your thoughts on it, Alec?
I don't like how they Easter egged her in the first one, because I mean that really doesn't lead. Like, what's gonna happen in Season 2 whenever they pull her in? Like, oh hey, it's my ex. She's going around the city beating. I mean, that actually sound. Saying that out loud doesn't sound bad. But no, I'm wondering what they're gonna do with her character. Hopefully, it's not gonna be Jennifer Gardner-esque again, because I mean,
Lord,
Oh, but
no
she
one wants to
was
see
good
that
at
again.
fighting, man.
Oh
Listen,
my gosh.
Did you not see her fighting on that seesaw?
Yeah, on the playground. Man, I mean, it takes a lot of skill to flirtatiously fight a blind guy in a park.
just that sentence sounds so wrong,
Yo,
Hey man, welcome to
I fought
comics.
a blind
Welcome
guy
to
at
comics.
work, like I just normally go around slapping blind guys with stuff. It's
Yeah.
what I do,
I'm just interested what they're gonna do, because what I expected anyway. I'm under the assumption that by the time Season 2 of Daredevil rolls by, we're gonna have the Defender series. So
yeah.
Well,
like, what's gonna happen with that? Is she gonna be like an enemy?
They're gonna have Season 2 of Daredevil next year.
Oh,
Yeah, they're gonna have it next year, but
Yeah, they're gonna have it out by the same time next year. That was their goal.
yeah, so
We'll see what happens.
So they're going to be doing that at the same time as they're doing Luke Cage, probably then.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I could
Yeah,
see that happening then. Because I
Jessica
mean, those
Jones
things.
is coming out in December this year, apparently.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, the thing is, I like the love interest from season 1, even though she got like 0 scene time mid-season. Like the nurse, her
Claire
name,
Temple.
yeah, Claire.
That's the character in the.
Yeah, her name escaped. Her name's always escaped me, but
He's the night nurse.
I liked her. Like she was really cool, and I like the concept of like, oh hey, he goes to her whenever he needs to be patched up, and they like make love sometimes, I guess.
Well, Daredevil never keeps love interests. You know that.
I mean,
now let's think about this. She's more or less the night nurse character, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's think about this for a second. Her name's Night Nurse, and he goes bow chicka bow wow every time he goes see her. It's like a really cheesy title for a porno movie or something, man. I mean, it's like the whole relationship's kind of weird when you look at it in the.
Blind guy with the nice nurse.
I'm just saying, if we're gonna have Daredevil with any girl, like from the Marvel universe, let's just get Black Widow to cross over into the Daredevil show.
Yeah, I know. I like that.
She's
too.
too busy sleeping with the green man.
You know, I was hoping the
Zucchini.
person that Rosario Dawson, who's Night Nurse,
Yeah.
I was hoping she would be Elektra before the show started.
Nah, I'm not one to personally like gripe characters over their looks, but she doesn't look like Elektra.
Yeah.
No,
She does.
Elektra has to be so gorgeous.
She is gorgeous.
She's gorgeous, but man, I'm talking like this has got to be the kind of stuff that like makes you pause, and like you pause the show just to look at her a little bit. You know, it's like wait,
Wow. Wow.
you know what I'm saying? Like I mean that's because that's the way it is in the comic book. She's just like, but she's got to have not just looks, she's got to have a certain kind of personality too to make that magnetism even like more intense.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
I don't think she has that, Dawson. But she's a good actress, but I just don't think she has all that.
I want to see how she'll fit into this new darker, grittier Daredevil. Like, I mean, Elektra's character is pretty dark and gritty herself, but like, I want to see what aspects of Elektra they like boost and what they like decrease. Because I mean, like, she's a pretty sexual character. I want to see if they boost that or like they keep it more tamed down for like the action and to take her more seriously as a character. Because I mean, let's be honest here. If you're watching a TV show with girls bouncing around all the place, you're not really thinking about the drama that's happening.
You mean there's drama in those scenes? There's acting and stories? Whoa!
Let's just hope that they don't bring back Gardner.
I just hope that her costume is badass.
Oh no, they're not gonna bring back Jennifer Gardner. It's gonna confuse people.
Well, I think he means like the kind of the way that she portrayed.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Because I mean, think about it. You watch the first Daredevil movie. The first half of it, she was just like something pretty to look at, and then you get that one scene with the sandbags, and you just assume that she's a badass, and then she dies. So it's just
Well, I don't remember anything from this horrible
movie.
I saw them and I don't remember anything. It just erased it from my memory.
I had just gotten into Daredevil when that movie came out, and I watched that movie and I was like, "Are you what? Like what is with all the what? Tell me something, guys. What was it about leather in that time period?
Oh,
like
man.
Oh yeah, that
every
was
superhero had a freaking leather
for the
suit.
X-Men.
Hold on. We're talking about in that time period. I mean, look at today, dude. Look at the Flash's first costume. Look at Arrow, Arsenal.
Oh yeah, they do have leather.
Yeah, exactly. They're all leathered up. It's like a fetish over there. Black Canary.
But Marvel has gotten away from the leather.
Yeah,
the
they go towards.
Yeah.
They're going towards the spandex. I'm happy.
Yeah.
And in Daredevil's case, the weird Kevlar mesh.
Well,
thing.
not spandex. They don't look like spandex. Spandex looks way worse.
Spider-Man.
It's more like armor. I don't know, something.
I'm
I
just
thought the first Captain America costume looked like spandex.
I'm just happy that they have no nipples.
Yes.
Because if it was spandex, you see everything through, and it
And-
would
and-
rip
well,
and tear.
If Joel Schumacher ever, God forbid, gets into the Marvel Studios deal thing, he would definitely put some nipples on some stuff.
On everything.
Oh no! And remember, you gotta zoom into the ass shots too, and the
he'll get all
crotch
the balls.
Gotta have those
And-
nipples.
for no reason. I don't know why.
Yeah. You're gonna have that barrel-chested Captain America from the weird comics. Who's just like
No, see, this is Joel Schumacher right here at a Marvel movie, looking at, say, Captain America's costume. You know, that looks really patriotic. That looks great. But you know what? There's something missing. I can't quite put my finger on it. I got this. We need some nipples. And to go along, as an accessory for those nipples, here's the Captain America credit card. Can only home without it.
America's national credit card.
Yeah, like, oh my gosh. I hate that movie so bad. I tried to watch it with my kids just because it was campy, and I thought that they would think it was funny. I'm like, they looked at me like, Dad, I can't watch this. my 7-year-old, my 7-year-old daughter goes, this is way too cheesy. And I'm
It
like,
is.
you're 7.
You know,
Holy cow.
I was just thinking about the Captain America credit card. You know how Samuel L. Jackson has all those promotions, those advertisements for the Captain
Oh yeah, the
America whatever?
Quicksilver.
Wouldn't
That's
it just
a
be
funny
hilarious if, like,
Quicksilver.
Nick Fury just pops up like, yeah, try the Captain America credit card. It's the only card you should be having in your wallet. What's in your wallet?
It's funny. Maybe he named the credit card after Quicksilver's death. That's why they call it Quicksilver.
Hey, bro, spoilers. Spoilers. I have not seen Age of Ultron yet.
Oh.
No, I got this spoiled for me earlier today, actually.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I was on Instagram and like someone just posted about it. I was like, you douchebag.
Ah, fuck. I'm sorry. I
It's
thought
okay.
you saw the
It's okay,
movie.
guys. He's not going to be in the podcast next week. He spoiled it for you. Sorry.
No, God, I quit. I'm out of here. I don't know what I'm doing here, man.
That means I'm keeping your check then, right?
Even him or us.
Hey,
Oh my
if
God.
you see, you're not a real Marvel fan because you should have seen it. You would have seen it weeks ago.
I would have. I like DC. I like DC.
I feel like
I went-
anybody who would be watching a comic book podcast would have seen that movie by now.
Dude, I run a comic book
Yeah.
podcast.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I know. I'm snoozing on it. I'm going to actually go see it this weekend.
Moving right along. We are going to do a segment here that we're going to call tentatively Character Spotlight, and we are going to shine that spotlight on a character that is just now starting to kind of get her dues, so to speak, with her own series from Marvel. We've all kind of known about her, some of us more than others. Squirrel Girl. So I got to ask right up front, which of you guys knows the most about this character? Who knows her history?
Oh, I do.
Alec, give us a brief overview of her history and what she's kind of about, and then we'll discuss some stuff from there.
Well, let's. I'm gonna go back to like her introduction story. So pretty much what happened was that Wolverine had he was traveling down a forest after one of the Avengers battles or whatever, and he comes across Squirrel Girl, who's like, hey, I love you, Wolverine. I'm a mutant too. Can I join the Avengers? And then he's like, maybe when you're older, kid. And so then Dr. Doom is just scrolling by, and his prisoner band, and he picks up Wolverine. He's like, you know what? I feel like taking an Avenger today. So he kidnaps Wolverine, and he's like taking him to his evil lair or whatever. And then Squirrel Girl's like, oh hey, Wolverine's in trouble. So she gathers a whole crap load of squirrels and attacks the truck. And there's this well-known panel where Dr. Doom is just throwing these squirrels around. He's like, oh, these wretched rodents. And pretty much what happens is that she wants the crap out of Dr. Doom, and she frees Wolverine, and then Wolverine's like, you know what? I'm going to tell the Avengers about you.
That's not her first appearance, though.
Is it not?
No, her first appearance was in Iron Man. She was Iron Man's sidekick.
What?
I did not know that one at all. I
Yeah,
knew
look
about
it up. She
I
was
knew that
Iron Man's
is.
sidekick for one issue, and then I guess she appeared in a Wolverine issue. But
Iron Man and Squirrel Girl. Why?
Well, that's such a weird person.
it was a bad idea, and they scrapped it afterwards. I mean, she only
They
appeared
scrapped
in that
her
one
afterwards, thank
issue,
God.
and then the next one she never appeared ever again.
Oh, she's appeared again.
Well, she did appear again, but somewhere
the
else.
biggest fights.
Yeah, I was looking at it right here. It says, Doreen Green, aka Squirrel Girl, is originally from Los Angeles, California. She first is seen ambushing Iron Man in a forest,
You see?
hoping to impress the veteran hero and become his sidekick. The 14-year-old mutant introduces herself and her pet squirrel, Monkey Joe, who is
Monkey
awesome,
Joe, yeah.
and displays her abilities, which are all squirrel-themed. And she rescues Iron Man from Doctor Doom, who then helps with the help of a horde of squirrels. And Iron Man states that while she is too young to fight crime, he will put in a good word for her to the Avengers when she is older.
You know, yeah, I must have mixed up Wolverine and Iron Man.
Interesting. That's kind of crazy. Now,
hold on. Before we continue, let's just say she beat Doctor Doom.
Yes, she did.
Exactly.
That's not an easy feat, man.
She defeats Galactus too.
No. See, that's a funny
And
story.
Thanos.
She whooped the crap out of Thanos. You know, the funny thing about the fight with Thanos is that, like, he went on record saying, "Oh, no, that wasn't me, I promise, it was a clone. I promise you it was a clone."
Said every guy
yeah,
who's
right,
beaten up by a
Thanos.
girl ever.
But no, with Galactus, she fought him one-on-one, mind you.
Exactly.
But how she beat him? She befriended
It is
him.
amazing.
Yeah, he befriended with a bunch of life energy nuts. Okay.
And come on,
That's how
man.
it was.
This is Squirrel Girl, the woman with the prehensile tail and sharp claws that can control squirrels with her mind. And this is the Galactus, the never-satisfied world eater.
Right. That's crazy, isn't it? I love how Marvel did that, though. I love how they've done that character, where she's like,
yeah, they like having
most
fun with her.
useless powers you could possibly imagine, next to the 2D guy from the Great Lakes Avengers, who's absolutely worthless. But,
My favorite thing about her
Fat Man.
yes.
one of my favorite things about her power. Sorry, that's just Flat Man.
I don't know. Whatever. That's what he basically is.
One of the best things about her powers is the fact that the squirrels are like know everything. They're like, oh yeah, we know all this stuff. We can see all this far and everything, and like we know all this stuff before humans, but no one can understand us. Except I'm just like, oh my god. That's it, just like, so how many times have the squirrels known that the world is about to end? And then they're just like, well, guess we better go hide some more nuts.
Alright, I'm gonna read like the Wikipedia page bio on her real quick. So, Doreen Green, she's a human mutant, member of the Great Lakes Avengers, which sucks, and the New Avengers. Her partnerships are to Monkey Joe and Tippy Toe squirrels. Yeah. Her notable aliases, her other names, are the Anti-Life and the Slayer of all that breathes.
What? That sounds awfully intense for Squirrel Girl.
Does it not? Like, oh no, the Anti-Life is coming with her partner, Monkey Joe and Tippy Toe.
Yeah. Think about that contrast for a second right there. You got Anti-Life with her sidekick chum, Monkey Joe.
Well, you guys know.
Hey, Mike, you gotta like
right?
this one. She has Marvel trading cards created from Deadpool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And here's an even better one. Here's an even better one. An even better one is that she beat Deadpool.
Oh yeah, that's.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if she can beat Galactus, if she can beat Thanos,
She beat MODOK. She beat Wolverine. The Thing. Oh, not the Thing. My Beast. Not the Thing.
Hunter. What's his
He
name?
is kind of like the thing.
Yeah,
Kraven. Yeah,
Kraven.
Kraven the
Yeah,
Hunter.
Kraven the Hunter. Okay, so this is the thing about the Squirrel Girl and Thanos. So everyone says that it's an ambiguous one that no one really knows, and Thanos promises that it was a clone, but Uatu the Watcher was present at the battle, and he's like, no, guys, it was Squirrel. It was the real deal.
Oh, Uatu. I miss that guy.
Nah, Thanos, nah. I mean, now you have like, what is it? Nick Fury, you know, the Galactic Commando and all that crap.
Yeah.
Marvel stuff.
What I thought was interesting, preparing for the show, I was going back and looking at some of the appearances that she was in. I wanted to find something that had a lot of her in it. So I looked up the Great Lakes Avengers, which has anybody else here read Great Lakes Avengers?
No, I never read that one.
I have.
It is hilarious. It's the Dan Slott run. It's hilarious. It is so funny. It is some of the funniest stuff
It's some
I have
crap,
seen.
man.
I mean, it is so off the wall. If you like nutty crap, I mean, no pun intended with this being about Squirrel Girl, but this stuff is just straight nutty, man. I mean, it's
I
just
did read one issue that featured them. I don't know what issue was it, but
just
imagine
imagine how awesome the Avengers are. Now go the complete opposite side of the spectrum and imagine the worst, suckiest heroes you possibly could with the worst, suckiest, useless powers you can imagine, and that's the Great Lakes Avengers.
Speaking of which, I'm going to cut you off there. I'm I'm on the Wikipedia page for Squirrel Girl right now, and I'm underneath her powers tab, and one of them is that her lips taste like hazelnuts. That's one of her powers.
Amazing.
So, like, if I make out with her,
Wow.
I taste hazelnuts.
It's
Yeah,
like you taste. It's like
I
eating
think
Nutella,
her lips
man.
taste good then.
I think I would date Squirrel Girl.
Just for the taste of hazelnuts?
No, because balls are cute.
Damn, this a nuts context makes it to a whole nother
This is-
level.
This is really saying how powerful Squirrel Girl is. So in the Marvel Zombies series, I'm sure everyone is aware of that. There exists a zombie Squirrel Girl, and Mr. Fantastic, one of the smartest men in the world, looks at her and he's like, that's scary. And
Wow.
pulling like a Deadpool-esque type move, where like breaking the fourth wall. There's this non-canon appearance in Avengers vs. X-Men, where her and the mutant Pixie. I'm not sure if you guys know who that is.
Yeah.
But they're playing a game resembling HeroClix. And do you guys know what HeroClix is?
Yeah, I know what HeroClix is. Yeah.
For everyone who doesn't know, HeroClix is this like board game where you have like these hero figures and they fight each other using stats and numbers. Okay, so then the Thing walks in and he's like, "Hey, you guys know that those?" He's like, "Hey, you guys know that those figures are from the villain, the Puppet Master, right?" And so it turns out that their HeroClix battle is what sparks the Avengers vs. X-Men fight, because they have like these they have like voodoo dolls pretty much of heroes fighting each other, and they're like, "Oh wow, so who's gonna win?"
Oh, man, that's hilarious. Love it.
Oh man, Squirrel Girl is a wacky character, that is for sure, without a doubt. And she appeared in the Fantastic Four series, the animated series, the 2006 series. Not sure if you guys have seen it. I've seen it. The one
Yeah.
Which
on Nicktoons, I believe.
which one? The
one where Johnny Storm looks like he's from Naruto.
Pretty accurate.
Okay,
well, all the anime series and
No,
not
an
all of them
anime
are that
series.
great.
It's not an anime series. It just looks like an anime series.
oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you
okay,
talking
so-
about the World's Greatest Heroes on Cartoon Network, right?
Yeah, it's like that art style. But so anyway, the Thing gets cured of his disease in this series, and so they host tryouts for a new fourth for the Fantastic Four, and Squirrel Girl participates. And whenever she's auditioning, she just has like 12 squirrels all around her, and she's dressed up in her squirrel getup, and she just walks into the middle of the stage, and she's like, "Ta-da!" And she gets booed off the stage. And funny enough, Flatman was also in there.
Oh,
I
God.
forgot they were in there. That cartoon's so old. That's
And for
why.
anybody who's interested in seeing Squirrel Girl in any media, she's heavily featured in the latest season of the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon on Disney
Oh
XD.
god.
Yes, she's in that a lot.
Yeah, exactly. Still
Uh,
as wacky as ever.
And that's why I really enjoyed the Great Lakes Avengers. Is she gets a lot of time in there, not just in the later issues as a hero. Like, it's only a 4-issue run, but she like narrates, kind of breaks the fourth wall kind of deal, and talks to the reader at the beginning of each issue and kind of sets it up what's coming, and you really get a feel for how quirky she is and how like she just really is wacky and strange. And I don't know, man. She's really she's entertaining to read, like Deadpool. Like, I think Deadpool's a really fun character to read. That's why I like him so much. And she's like very similar as far as that fun factor there, like completely different every other way. But
I'm gonna compare her characteristics and like her personality to that of Harley Quinn.
yes, only not a villain. Exactly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in the latest DC, Harley Quinn's not really a villain. She's just more of like a.
Oh,
a
do
Deadpool
anybody
character.
remember that Daredevil had the hots for her?
Yep.
For Squirrel
You
Girl?
are so awkward.
Everybody
She's
just
like,
okay. Parents, pull your kids away from the screens right now. But I'm just gonna say, everyone just wants to bust a nut.
It's so wrong.
Mic drop.
oh god.
It seems like Daredevil's pretty much like been with everybody though. He's kind of a manhole.
That's what I'm saying. His love interest never lasts.
He's in a love triangle with Thanos and Death. So I mean, Thanos wants to marry Death, and Death wants to marry Deadpool, because it's the one guy that she could never have. But yeah,
So weird.
on a side note, Deadpool wants Squirrel Girl. And another funny comparison between Harley Quinn and Squirrel Girl is that they're both voiced by the same actor in multiple media.
Really?
Yeah, Tara Strong. Same voice as Jimmy Neutron. I mean, not Jimmy Neutron. Timmy Turner. And Tommy Pickles from the Rugrats.
Now, didn't she play like a small part in Civil War?
Everyone played a small part in Civil War.
Yeah, like wasn't she
I don't
pro
know.
registration though? I thought she signed up, didn't she?
I mean, I haven't read Civil War. I'm gonna go out there and say that. But
I haven't read it either.
It does not sound unlike her character, because like way before Kamala Khan and her fan fiction about the Avengers was Squirrel Girl wanting to be an Avenger and wanting to be a superhero. So I mean, it makes sense for her signing up pro registration, because she's like, oh wait, if I sign up, does that mean I'm a superhero now? I'm in the same league as the Avengers?
I read it, but I didn't read the tie-ins, and I just read the main thing. So there's a lot that I missed because Marvel.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it happened in one of the tie-ins or something, but I don't remember seeing her in the main series at least.
Well, I mean, Josh, Steven, you guys have read the newest run of Squirrel Girl, the Unbeatable Squirrel Girl, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you guys like that?
I haven't read the last issue, but
About it already.
other than that,
What is it?
Was what? The Unbeatable Squirrel Girl?
I also read her in New Avengers. That's when I first got introduced.
Yeah, she was in New Avengers too. I've just heard about
Luke Cage and Jessica Jones' babysitter.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Sign me up, man. Sign me up right there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, here's the real question, guys. Here's the real question. Do you see her in the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
I hope I will.
That would
Well,
be
actually, she's a mutant. She's a mutant. So would you see her in the X-Men Cinematic Universe?
Oh no.
Can you imagine if in like Apocalypse, they just like
But
there's a big city being destroyed by Apocalypse or whatever, and you just see a girl running away with a bunch of squirrels?
see,
That
I
would
would
be
not.
hilarious.
I couldn't see her in the X-Men, but I could definitely see her in Marvel because I feel like she's probably along the lines of where like Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch were, as in like they're technically mutants, but at the same time they aren't part of the X-Men continuity for most
They're
part.
miracles.
Like
Yeah, they're
like
miracles.
Scarlet
They
Witch
should
and
start.
Quicksilver have big parts in both X-Men and Avengers, so it's just kind of like, yeah, but Squirrel Girl doesn't have much of anything with X-Men, so
Well, except for Wolverine having the hots for her.
yeah.
Eh. Well, what is it? She kicked his ass in
Yeah,
New
she did.
Avengers.
That's probably why. I mean, it seems like every guy who Squirrel Girl's ass gets kicked becomes like best friends and in love with her. Deadpool, you got Galactus, you have Wolverine.
I could see her being in the MCU. I could see her more so maybe making a cameo in a future Deadpool movie if this one does well.
Hold
I
on,
could
hold
see
on.
them playing in that.
I know exactly where she belongs in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. As an agent. In Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
That actually would be kind of cool.
That would be
be
cool.
man.
She would be in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I think
She
so.
could have her own featured episode called Life's Nuts.
She could be an Inhuman. I mean, they could make her an Inhuman. There's no reason why they couldn't. You've seen what happened to Reyna.
I mean, they made Quicksilver an Inhuman in the latest X-Men, or in the latest Marvel stories.
No,
Yeah.
they haven't. They're more. high evolutionary thing.
Yeah.
I'm reading the series.
F that crap. No, like what you call it? He got his powers taken away, and then it turns out that he had an inhuman gene or whatever. And then whenever in Inhumanity, he became an Inhuman, and he could run faster than he was, and whenever he was a mutant.
Crazy, because he can already run pretty freaking fast. So
Yeah, I know, right? Now he's like Flash level speed.
Yeah, I mean, I could.
He doesn't have speed.
I'm just saying that's Marvel's way of saying like, hey, Inhumans are better than mutants, right? So don't watch their movie, watch our movies.
Yeah.
Right. Totally.
Why
I
do
could
they
totally.
They're killing Fantastic Four.
Exactly.
In a fiery burning blast. Okay, well here's another question for you guys. If I was just thinking about the high evolutionary, like the beast turning into like the cat beast and like Quicksilver running faster. If Squirrel Girl was to have a higher evolution, what would you think it would be? Besides, an anthropomorphic squirrel. That's obvious.
Right. Yeah, that's too obvious.
Like heighten her powers. What do you guys think? I believe that she would become the next Galactus.
I don't know. No.
I don't know. That's an interesting question. Like what?
Okay,
Deadpool level regeneration healing factor.
Oh God! You know what they leave back? There's so many characters with that already.
Sharper claws, the ability to like withdraw her tail and stuff, like all her squirrel-like features.
I believe that would hurt.
Well, no, but I mean like the ability, like kind of like how like I don't know.
To hide her identity.
No, guys, I got one to go along with Josh's.
She hides the tail on her butt already.
No, look, I got one.
Go ahead, Mike.
The tail spins around so fast like a helicopter blade she can fly.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
it's done.
Well, isn't flying squirrels supposed to have they have something on their...
Flying squirrel! There we go! There we go! Game over!
They have something in their armpit area where they...
Yeah.
It's just
but I mean, come on, have you ever played Sonic? Tails, hello?
Yeah, right.
Well, Tails is a fox.
Still, we could do that to a squirrel.
Technicalities.
Okay, here's an idea, Marvel. You should have like an Elseworld story, of course, because they can't do this in like the main Marvel.
What if you will?
What if story. Are you guys familiar with a little story called Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe?
Yes.
Yep.
I read it.
How about Squirrel Girl accidentally kills the Marvel Universe?
Accidentally.
Yes.
The anti-life and the Slayer of Breaths.
Yeah, because something was taking over his body and just killed the whole entire Marvel Universe.
I would totally buy it.
Here's the concept. So Professor Xavier, who's not dead stupidly in this universe, goes in Cerebro trying to find new mutants, like he does whenever he's bored. And he finds Squirrel Girl and he's like, hey, I want to try to understand the way that this girl thinks. And so he goes in and then Cerebro just breaks down. It's like, you can never understand how Squirrel Girl thinks. And then like so that like breakdown of like mental powers just crushes Squirrel Girl's mind and she just goes into like a feral rabies squirrel rage. And she just kills all that breathes.
A rabid Squirrel Girl. That is hilarious.
Make it happen.
I would read that.
I would.
They can even do that in an episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Just have them like trying to stop a rabid Squirrel Girl because like she has a nut stuck in her teeth or something like that.
Oh God.
He hit all her nuts and can't find them now.
Yeah.
Oh, there's so many entendres.
She did find a planet full with nuts for Galactus.
There you go. Yeah, exactly.
Maybe they'll have that in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you know what? My favorite Squirrel Girl moment is when she's talking to, is it Doorman? The guy? Okay, yeah, she's talking to Doorman. And he's this guy who has this power where if he touches something, he can, you can phase through him and go through the wall.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. Yeah. So he's sitting there and they just had this discussion where he was kind of like hard on her about something and she's like, well, here, have a hazelnut or something like that. And he's like, oh, where do you have those at? She's like, in my nut sacks.
No.
And Doorman just starts cracking up. He's like, dude, she said she's got these in her nut sacks. And I just lost it, man.
You look
I
like
just lost it.
Spider-Man, but it's just all black.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Imagine trying to read this at night when your kids are asleep and you start busting out laughing out loud.
Because of nutsacks.
Yeah, because of a nutsack joke. Like I'm 30 years old, man. Okay, now think about that for a second. I'm old, but yet I still act like a 12-year-old.
It happens.
So,
Guys. So I'm back on the Wikipedia page for her, and I'm gonna read you this sentence. In the JLX Xmas special, she is shown flying like a small gyrocopter called a Squirrel Gig.
they stole my idea before I ever had it.
Okay, and then there's this. Squirrel Girl was with Dr. Doom's castle with Big Bertha, where she showed the ability to fly by spinning her tail around in a more stylized fashion.
Oh, she was already flying then.
So she can
Flying
do
before
that.
I even knew it.
Yes.
Okay, so since it was obviously my idea that they stole before I ever had it, that's why I just now got that idea in my head.
Also,
I
what,
think
it was
they
a
owe me some
paradox?
Yes, exactly. They owe me royalties, man. Okay, Marvel, just make out the check to cash and leave it blank for the amount.
They went to the future, got your idea, and went to the past.
You know,
There
Mike.
you go.
Since they stole that idea from you, how about we do this? How about we let you create an ultimate version of your favorite superhero?
That sounds like a plan.
Oh, I didn't even think of one yet.
Well-
The best things come from on the spots.
Well, my idea, I was thinking about this. What would happen if the super soldier serum, when it was first given to Steve Rogers, went horribly wrong, and we didn't get Captain America, we got Hulk, and the government, used Hulk as a military weapon and found out a way, from that point forward to make an army of Hulks. What would the Marvel cinematic, or not cinematic universe, but what would the Marvel universe in general look like if that would have been what happened and Steve Rogers was the Hulk?
In one word, green.
Have you read Planet Hulk
Oh.
from Secret Wars?
No.
So it'd be
No, I
kinda
haven't. I have not read that one.
Okay, well, yeah. It, pretty much kind of like that, how there's a bunch of Hulks, and it's kind of a desolate land.
But
Oh,
moreover,
I read that one.
I'm gonna put a twist on this though. I'm gonna take your character and I'm gonna put a twist on it. So Steve Rogers was affected by this formula, and it went wrong the first time. So every time he rages out, he hulks out. But using his strong will and determined mindset, he was able to. He's now able to control the Hulk and go into it freely. How would the Marvel universe look? How would the Marvel universe look if the hulked out but controlled Captain America were to fight the world leaders who were trying to use the secret soldier serum, the super secret soldier, whatever it's called, the super soldier serum.
You said Super Soldier Secret Serum, which is, I think you should took out the first secret.
I think it would be really cool to see the costume for what that would look like. Like Hulk dressed as Captain America with the shield. I want a T-shirt, man.
Dude, can you imagine? I mean, Hulk is so big though. Like, what if he rages out to the point where the shield is just like a ring?
Well, I think that they would have like a Hulk-sized shield, or like a shield that kind of just like retracts and expands.
That's a good idea too.
Yeah, because what happens if he hits somebody with a Hulk-sized shield with his power? They
Okay.
like disintegrate them.
Here's the thing. So we're all familiar with Wonder Woman's bracelets, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So they have something like that for him. So like whenever he's regular Steve Rogers, he could like deflect bullets or whatever. But it's also triggered to his pulse. So every time his pulse raises and he starts to hulk out, it'll expand into a shield.
Interesting. I
How
like
does that
that.
sound?
I like it. Yeah, I often sometimes imagine Captain America, like, what would he be like if he had a suit of armor like Tony's, but not Iron Patriot, that's too obvious.
Yeah.
But what if he had some type of armor like that, similar? Like, would he still use the shield or would he use kind of like, I don't know if you guys have ever seen Next Avengers, that's an animated movie that's terrible.
I was going to, but I didn't.
I
You
saw
are
it.
lucky.
It's alright. Okay.
They kind of, his Captain America's son has this shield that's kind of like a
Hard light.
Yeah, it's
That's
it's
what
like
they call.
Well,
piece of
Captain America has one of those too at some point.
Yeah, he did. He had it when he was in the Secret Avengers.
yeah, like I mean I don't know, it's just weird to think
Like,
of
He either loses or breaks his shield,
Yeah, and
then he gets the magnet one. Then he like loses it, breaks it again. Then he gets the glow. Then he gets the Tony makes him the hard light one, which he uses because he likes that one better than the magnet one, because of the fact that it doesn't have like the weight problems that the magnet one has.
right.
And then he finally gets his actual shield back.
Right.
Which is a smart way to do it. Well,
right.
I think that was a pretty
I'm gonna
interesting
go
take
real
on.
quick, and while I'm doing that, I'm gonna use this as an excuse to think of something because I have no idea.
Okay. Well, then I'll jump on this.
Go
'Cause
for
on
it.
the way home from work, I was contemplating this. All right. So I was thinking whether or not to like go an easy route and use like some Wolverine, something like that. But no, I'm gonna stick with my favorite superhero. I'm gonna go with Green Lantern. And we're all familiar, I'm sure, with Hal Jordan. You know, the Green Lantern that Ryan Reynolds portrayed in the movies, and Jon Stewart, the Green Lantern that was in the animated series. You may not know Guy Gardner, who it's funny because Green Lantern, Hal
My
Jordan.
favorite Green Lantern, by the way.
Okay. So this is gonna make what I'm about to say so much better. So my favorite Green Lantern is Hal Jordan. My least favorite comic book character in existence is Guy Gardner.
Oh wow.
Can't stand him. Mike, do you know who Guy Gardner is?
I know a little bit about him, but I don't know a whole lot.
Okay, he's a '90s douchebag. Okay. So the Green Lanterns could create their uniform any way that they feel necessary. They can make armor. They can make like a suit or whatever. He turns this into a leather jacket.
Wow.
Yeah, he's a douchebag. Okay, but I'm not going to be talking... Oh, yeah, and of course there's Kyle Rayner, the all-forsaken space Jesus, who's the only White Lantern in existence. But I'm not going to be talking about the main four. I'm going to be talking about the latest Green Lantern, Simon Bass. And, for anybody who doesn't know who Simon Bass is, and I'm sure there's a whole lot of you, Simon Bass is this Middle Eastern man living in post-9/11 America. And so he was convicted of a terrorist bombing, where he was driving a albeit a stolen truck, but the truck had a bomb in it. And instead of ramming it into a bridge, he rams it into an empty warehouse. And so Argus takes him in, and a Green Lantern ring, which originally belongs to Hal Jordan, who has apparently died by the hand of Black Hand, and he becomes pretty much Earth's new Green Lantern while Hal Jordan is dealing with his stuff. So that's Simon Bass's origin. Now I'm going to twist that around and say, what if he really was a terrorist? Like, okay, so this Simon Bass, he was planning. Okay, so I'm going to go with this. I'm going to go a little controversial. He was planning on going.
Controversial.
He was planning on going on the plane in 9/11, and he was planning to be the bomber there. But while he was calming down all the hostages and saying, you know what, this is your last chance to call your family, you're all going to die, I just want to let you know that, a yellow ring pops in, and it says to him, Simon Bass, you have the power to instill great fear, and it welcomes him into the Sinestro Force.
That'd be a good what-if story.
Yeah, that would have been. Yeah, that's interesting.
And then like he just okay. I'm sorry for this, everybody with feelings. But okay, what if like his main construct is just like bombs? And like
it would make sense.
The Green Lantern would have to fight him because okay, so do we all know what happens in the Emerald Knight story?
No. I've never read it.
Which one? I only watched the. I think it was the DVD called Emerald Knights.
So by the power of comics, Cyborg Superman blows up Coast City, which is the city of the Green Lantern Hal
I
Jordan,
didn't read that.
and he becomes the entity of he goes crazy and he kills all the
Oh,
Green
wait,
Lanterns,
yeah. I do know this. Never mind.
I didn't see this.
and he becomes
Yeah.
the entity of Fear Parallax, which is like, if anyone who's seen the Green Lantern movie, is that disgusting yellow fog.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm saying, what if instead of Cyborg, go ahead.
Wait, Steven. The Green Lantern, the main Green Lantern, like the Green Lantern that you see at the beginning of Convergence number 8 is the Green Lantern that is the current Hal Jordan that he's talking about. Yeah.
I know who he is. I know who Parallax is. I don't know who he is.
Okay, so
I didn't say that.
so I'm saying, what if instead
I
of
know who
Cyborg
he is.
Superman, what if instead of Cyborg Superman,
Well, yeah, but I'm saying like that's how he looks with the parallax.
yeah, like
Yeah,
he looks
that's
weird,
why
he
I
looks
looked
old.
up.
But okay, so what if instead of Cyborg Superman, it was Simon Bass Yellow Lantern that blew up Coast City? And how would Hal Jordan act if it was a Yellow Lantern who caused this instead of like Cyborg Superman? Would he still go crazy and join the Yellow Lantern Corps, or what if Hal Jordan was to gain like a Red Lantern ring or something like that?
Interesting.
And I was also going to go down play God here and take Hulk to the DC universe and give him a Red Lantern ring.
Oh gosh. Oh, that's a nightmare.
See, okay.
Yeah, that
So-
is a FUBAR situation right there.
I didn't go with that because that was the more obvious one, but I think it would lead into a better discussion. Okay, so a quick rundown of the Hulk's powers is that he gets stronger the more that he rages out. The more anger that he has in him, the stronger he gets. And it's been stated multiple times that he has no limit to how strong he could possibly be. He could lift a mountain, he could crush a planet. We've seen him do it.
Just depends on how angry he can get.
Now let me address the Red Lantern ring, the one that I'm wearing right now. So the Red Lantern ring replaces the user's blood with liquid rage, so that it's the only thing fueling them. Can you imagine the Hulk with literal liquid rage and also the ability to spit out napalm? I'm just throwing that one in there.
I don't think I want to.
So what you're saying is everybody's dead. The universe is bye-bye because he won't stop with one planet. I guarantee you he would continue on and probably wipe out every.
And then we create the all-new, all-different Marvel universe.
With just the Hulk.
Yeah.
With just the Hulk.
I hate that all-new, all-different shit, by the way.
I'm used. I mean, they're running out of things to describe it with. They got to add something to make it so that way know it's not the main line.
I don't like the adjectives that Marvel puts in.
Yeah,
general.
that's what it is. The adjectives.
40s, because it's like, oh, hey, look, it's a spectacular Spider-Man, but then he's reborn as the superior Spider-Man, and then he comes back to the amazing Spider-Man, and then like it's just disgusting. And it's like the all-new Captain Hulk, the secret, and their use on the word secret is just disgusting. It's like, hey guys, do you know about the Secret War? Oh, hey guys, do you guys know about the Secret Avengers? Like, just shut
What
up.
the hell is so
What about
secret about Secret Wars?
Okay. For any comic book history fanatics out there, so the reason why they went with the title Secret Wars is because they found in a poll that the two words that sold the most comic books are the words war and the word secret, and so it just made sense to combine them to boost sales, and it worked.
Of course.
All right.
Originals. Okay, so how about you guys? Do you guys have weird variations on your characters?
I thought of one. I think it'd be really cool to see like a Flash and Batman character like together with like Batman's like sneaky and stealthiness with Flash's speed. Putting those two together, so that way it's like you have someone who can like sneak around and not get caught by himself, but with that superhuman speed, he'll be even faster and he'll be able to go through things and all that. So I feel like he would pretty much be even more unbeatable now than he already is.
And he's a ninja too on top of it. I mean, Barry Allen's not exactly a world-class fighter, and you throw those skills in there, like, holy crap.
Exactly.
You know what I picture whenever you say that? I picture him. I picture this Barry Wayne. I'm just gonna call him that. Or you can call him Bruce West. Okay,
Bruce
so I picture him.
I think I'll be better.
Bruce Allen. I picture him throwing throwing batarangs, spinning his hand really fast, so they just keep on, they go faster, and he's just like, "I'm Flash Man."
I mean, when you
he'll have like the typical like Flash like spandex thing with bat ears instead of the little like wings.
Yeah.
And I don't know, he'll have a lightning bolt with wings coming out of the lightning bolt.
You know, that Batmite series is coming out. And
What?
the
yeah,
Batmite series is coming out, and in the first issue, he's destined to take on the Flash. So I mean, it could happen.
Yeah.
It could happen.
We might actually see yours come to life, man.
Exactly, man.
Wait, could you just imagine that though?
Slow him down. Literally, the cape would literally slow him down.
But no, the capes are so good. The cape adds with aerodynamics.
Oh!
No, he's not flying. He doesn't really.
I want to see a video game, like an Arkham series video game with this character that you've made, Josh. I want to know what. Yeah, like what would that look like? Him fighting bad guys when you're playing this game, man. You'd be like, all you'd see is a blur and then like some dude on the ground. You know?
Black blur. A girl bloodied and almost dead.
Okay, hold on. Going off topic here because he made a comment about the cape thing. Okay, so her cape gets a bunch of bullets in it, right? Where is she getting her clothes that they don't get bullets, and why does she not just make the cape with that fabric?
Oh, that's easy because they want to keep it PG.
But why do they?
What?
Like they just make the cape out of whatever their clothes are made out of.
The way I've seen it explained is that her clothes are so thin that they don't get penetrated because her skin is so hard. Makes no sense, but that's why I've heard it explained.
There's nothing in this that's a PG conversation. I just hope you guys know that there's all kinds of stuff under the layers here. So, you know, I won't go in there. I'll let you guys decipher it for yourselves. But it's
You've already been too far when it came to Squirrel Girl's nuts.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
Okay, so there is my character, Flash Man.
I like it. I like it.
So we have Captain Hulk. We have the Yellow Lantern, Simon Bays, and the Hulk, Red Hulk. That's the thing. That's the thing.
That's
So,
already.
yeah, we'll call him Red Wing Hulk. I don't know. I don't have any fantastic names for him.
I don't know. I can't really think of one.
Man, okay. Here, I'll help you with this. What's your favorite hero?
I have a lot. Okay, Nightcrawler.
Whatever. The Nightcrawler. Okay. Now, what's your least favorite hero?
Havoc.
Havoc's your least favorite hero? He's on my top 10 list of the Avengers too.
I don't like his personality. I think his powers are cool though.
Okay, let's go with screw Havoc. Screw Havoc. Okay,
I know.
Mike, name a character.
One that I don't like.
Just name a character. I need a character.
I'm looking off my Marvel poster. Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider. Okay, so we're gonna mix those two together. Those are perfect. Okay, so what's
Oh yeah,
okay,
that would be cool.
oh yeah, Johnny. What's Ghost Rider's last name?
Johnny Blaze.
Blaze. Okay, so you have Kurt Blaze, right? Now he's the son of Mystique, and let's go with Duke Nukem.
Oh my god.
Okay, so he's the son of Mystique and Duke Nukem, and his father dies after the events of Duke Nukem Forever. So he makes a deal with the devil to become a mutant, and what his mutant power is teleporting to hell and back. But whenever he teleports back, he appears in a different place than he was before. AI, he's teleporting. That's your character.
Okay.
You have the Ghost Crawler.
That's
Ghost Crawler.
That
is.
Fun. I like that one.
See, he doesn't have to kill people. He just takes them directly to hell. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
He doesn't have to.
You're bad. You're bad. You're bad.
Like, you could literally never call him a murderer.
And he talks with like a mix of a southern and and a Russian accent or whatever the hell Nightcrawler has.
Well, I tell you what, this is what we're going to do today.
Exactly.
Then we're going to make fried chicken.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so those are okay. Okay, now just for like closing's sake, everyone name a character and we're gonna mix them together. Just any random character. Look at whatever. Look at the closest comic book to you. You're gonna put that character in.
Etrigan.
Spider-Man.
I got Batman. I have no idea who that is. Pick another one.
What? The comic book I have near me?
Yeah.
Okay, the last one was Booster Gold.
Okay. Oh yes. Okay. So we have Booster Gold, Batman, and what? I have no idea who Etrigan is.
He's a demon. He's like
Pied Piper.
Pied Piper. Okay. So Pied Piper, Booster Gold, Batman, and Spider-Man. Wow. Wow, what a mess.
that is a mess. Especially Booster Gold with Spider-Man. That's already a mess.
Okay, so you... Oh. Ew.
What was that? I didn't see it.
It was Etrigan.
Oh.
Okay. So we're gonna mix what's Booster Gold's real name?
Oh, my God, I should know this.
Yeah, I didn't know he had another name.
I'm drawing a blank. I can't believe it.
Okay, we have Bruce Parker, who is a deaf man, Pied Piper, living in the 23rd century. Whose parents were killed.
It's Michael John Carter.
It's too late. It's too late. You failed. You missed your chance.
Shut up.
Okay, so we have Peter Wayne, 23rd century man. He's deaf, and he lives with his uncle named Alfred, Uncle Alfred, in the 23rd century. Okay, so Uncle Alfred is a world-renowned criminal and thief, and so he breaks into the Justice Avengers museum and he steals a whole bunch of like timey-wimey stuff. Okay, so he goes back in time to become a hero named. Let me think about this. Pied Spider Bat Gold.
I was gonna say.
Oh,
well, I was gonna say.
That was pretty bad.
I was just thinking Pied Spider.
And so he relies on his Spidey sense because he's deaf, and he carries around a small flute to control bats. What technology?
What a weird mix, man.
There we go.
But here's the kicker: somebody would buy it.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
Somebody would be me.
Hey, somebody still watches Gotham.
It has unique character development.
Yeah, unique.
Right?
That is the best way to put it right there.
It is the world on its own because apparently there's only a few people who like that show, I think.
And I am all of them. Okay. Have any of you guys seen the Joker episode of Gotham, though?
Yes.
I stopped watching before that. Like,
Hey, he was in a circus because he's a clown. You get it?
But don't you agree that kid would make a great Joker?
Oh my God.
I do. I saw the episode. I stopped watching like maybe 2 episodes after that, but
How'd you feel about that kid?
I thought he was a good actor.
Okay.
I thought he did a great job.
I thought the funny thing is that with that laugh that they had at the end, they mixed in some audio.
Yeah, they
from
mixed
Mark
in
Hamill's
audio.
Joker.
See, it wasn't really his laugh. Just like,
But it was crazy though. Like I was like, oh shit.
You know what? I could I liked how to me he seemed like a mix of Jack Nicholson and Heath Ledger.
But you know the funny thing is that he might not be the Joker.
Right.
I know.
Mm-hmm. But no, I like his little monologue that he had in the end. He's like, "My mother was a whore and a skank or whatever," and then she tells me to wash the dishes.
Yeah, he did a great job.
The guy in the next room.
Yeah,
so I killed her.
He did a really good job with the acting in there.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, it still wasn't enough to save Gotham for me though.
No.
I stopped
To me, it
watching.
made it worse.
I tried watching the Red Hood episode about 3-4 times.
It had nothing to do with the Joker.
Every time.
I love that episode, man. That was one of my favorite episodes. And the Viper
I
episode?
heard that was supposed to be one of the best ones, and I kept falling asleep.
I love that. Do you guys remember the Viper episode?
Yeah, it was Viper, not Venom.
Or the Balloon Man episode?
Yes, I remember
The
Balloon
Balloon
Man.
Man episode.
Oh, God, he kept going up, up, and away.
Okay, so I think we found the name of this episode.
Up
Up and away. That's perfect.
See, why was that no one's catchphrase?
Oh, that should have
Yeah, totally.
I don't know. It
Spidey
just
sense tingling.
Hindsight
I know.
2020.
Oh my gosh.
It's not
That's
like
gonna be-
Spider-Man. I don't know. I couldn't think of
Yeah,
anything.
man, that's gonna be the go-to, like, the catchphrase of that show. You know, Arrow has "You failed this city," Flash has "Run, Barry, run," and then Supergirl's just up, up, and away.
Yeah. Well, you gotta do the hand motion.
Uninteresting.
It's not the same without the hand motion.
And you gotta ask her like a question. You know, up, up, and away.
See,
You're Jimmy Olsen, James Olsen. Please.
when I was trying to decide my catchphrase, I was trying to choose ones that didn't sound sexual in any way. So I was just like I thought about Spidey sense tingling, and I was like,
Yeah, that already sounds sexual.
Yeah,
I
Look at
always thought of that too.
Spider-Man 3. That was horrible. My spider sense is tingling, if you know what I mean.
Mean.
You know? No, he didn't say that. He's like, if you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, and he starts doing his corny dance.
There were
Oh,
just
God.
so many ones that I was looking at, and I was just like, you know what?
Nope.
Sounds like that sounds inappropriate.
I think I know Squirrel Girl's catchphrase. These nuts. Got him.
Are you hungry? Are you hungry for these nuts?
I don't know if anyone remembers from the Unbeatable Squirrel Girl series that there was a chickmunk and then a whole bunch of squirrels
Oh God.
attacking.
No one's read that series, man. It's canceled.
That was so funny. A freaking chickmunk was there out of nowhere. It's like, what are you doing here?
The chipmunk. Well, I guess that.
So that's it for another episode of the MetaComix podcast. We will be back probably either Tuesday or Wednesday next week again with some more shenanigans and nonsense. So
Before we
I'm
go,
ready. Oh, go ahead.
Before we go, does anybody have any plans for upcoming videos this week? Just to let the fans know.
I will have my Supergirl video up some point this week once I figure that out.
Great.
Yeah,
I have a video coming out hopefully this Saturday. It's going to be on the top 10 members of the Avengers, and then I should have a follow-up video not too long after that, the top 10 members of the Justice League.
All right.
I got something before I forget. Tomorrow or Friday, I'm gonna have a Castiel Reviews Comics episode where Sam and Dean's favorite friend Angel decides to review comic books, and so I'm gonna do a whole series of reviews coming up where I just take a different character and try to pretend I'm them and what they would be like reviewing a issue of comic books that's come out. So I'm gonna do Infinity Wars or not Infinity Wars, Secret Wars, Infinity Gauntlet. There we go.
Shh. You're not supposed to be talking about Secret Wars, man.
Oh yeah, that's right, man. It's on the DL. Dang it.
Come on, guys.
I'm also gonna be soon. I will be starting to do Valiant comics reviews. I'm gonna be starting with Dead Drop, the little event the 4-issue event thing going on right now. Then followed by Book of the Dead for that big event that Valiant's doing, along with Legends of the Geomancer for the variant comic thing that they're doing with Book of the Dead.
Alrighty, and to close this episode, we have a lot of stuff coming up for you guys, so make sure you subscribe so you get everything, and also comment down below to let us know what you thought about the Supergirl pilot if you have watched it, and would you not agree that it would be amazing if the characters from Smallville join in?
The correct answer is
All right.
yes.
Yes, I agree.
Any other answer is wrong. You know, there are no wrong answers except that one.
Which
right.
one?
No.
That wraps it up for us. Gentlemen, stay on the line. Ladies and gents, we will see you later.
And remember, Excelsior.